Welcome to the Wright Chrysler Dodge Ram pregame show. Just like the big game, you have to be prepared. And the same holds true when it comes to buying your next vehicle. So be prepared by going to WrightChryslerDodgeJeep.com. That way you're ready to go when you hit the lot. Now it's time for us to get you ready for the big game. The Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram pregame show starts now. It doesn't matter if you need a truck tire or if you need a car tire. If you need a tire, you call Joaquin Tire. Joaquin Tire Shop provides new and used tires, along with oil changes and 24-hour road service. Stop and see them on Highway 7 in Joaquin.
All right, great rendition of the national anthem there. As we're going to leave the flag at half staff, I do believe, here tonight in remembrance of 9/11. And we are ready to go here for some football action tonight as we have the Joaquin Rams in town at the pit here to take on the Tenaha Tigers. And I am your host, Larry Pierce, here this evening as we're ready to rock and roll here tonight and make sure everything's good to go. Joe Elmer on the camera once again, and a Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame show. Just a little bit of one here as we're getting close to this game here. A little bit younger team here for the Tenaha Tigers are coming here 0-2. 1-1 so far here for the Joaquin Rams as they were able to get the win last week over Beckville. A loss to West Sabine last week to the Tenaha Tigers here. So they're 0-2 coming in here, and they've got a lot of pieces that they had to replace. They got a good offensive line, and they get that thing working. I know they got a good running game here, and they're always going to have a good quarterback and great athletes here in Tenaha. So I think they can work that out here, but they're facing a really, really tough Joaquin Ram squad here today. It's coming off a big win against Beckville, and they have a very good offensive line, and they have a good running game out there as well. So that's something that Tenaha is definitely going to have to tend with tonight is that running game against the Joaquin Rams here tonight. So checking out who the different captains are out there as we have 21. That is Sandoval. Number 6, this is for the Tenaha Tigers. That's Miles. Number 20, that is Vega. And number 24, that is Goodson out there for the Tenaha Tigers. So we'll have that out there as we get ready to roll for the ball game here tonight. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, and I want to say a big thank you to Batters Law Firm. As you see the Batters Law Firm score ticker going on up there at the top, and we'll have that for you throughout the evening. Keep up with the scores and get our app at NETSN. All right, so ready to go for some football action here tonight at the pit. Beautiful night for football, and a big thank you to the good folks here at Tenaha. Always making us feel welcome and good here. And feeding us real good up here in the booth, too, as well. Fruit, chicken wings, and baked potatoes, and cookies. And, boy, I tell you, we just can't beat it up here for the hospitality in the pit. All right, so here we go. Coach Birdsong and his Tenaha Tigers setting ready to go for the big matchup here tonight. And here come the Joaquin Rams as the Rams will be set and ready to go for the kick. Going back deep, Miles and Malone for the Tenaha Tigers. Looks like it is number 6, Miles. He'll be back deep there about the 20. Number 7, Malone, right there on the 30-yard line. Ready for the kick. Number 11. for the Rams. Yes, it is. Carson Rogers going to be there for the kick. And it's high kick right here into the middle, and it'll be taken there on the bounce, and it'll bounce back. It has had a chance there for the Rams to get on. Who gets on it? And it will be Tiger football, and it looks like it's going to be Tiger football. They got it. They could take a good Joaquin bounce backwards. So a good kick there by Rogers, but it's going to be Joaquin Rams football. They'll start off. All righty. Let's see if we can keep things together here on the clock, right? All right. We'll do our best here tonight, folks. All right, so at their own 35-yard line, first down and 10. Tenaha Tigers, 35-yard line. Joe on the clock there, on the camera there, going to get you ready to go. And here we go, first down and 10 for the Tigers. Going to come out under center, number 12. That is Creech, who will be the quarterback here, and ball's on the ground. Looks like they may have got back onto it, though. Loss of a yard back to the 34-yard line, so it's a loss of 1. Second down and 11. So Creech, a quarterback, have a single back set up there and try to load up that line. So we get that power running game going on here. Corey Miles, running back. Twin receiver set here to the near side. Creech's going to give off to Miles. Miles finds some room over here. Still on his feet, tries to dance around. Finally going to be taken down there by the Ram defense, but gets a few yards up to the 39-yard line for a gain of 5. So I'll make a second down here and about 6 here for the Tigers. That's what's probably going to have to work here for the Tigers, to be slow, methodical down the field here, take those slow drives here, try to pick away here at this good defense. But definitely going to have to be ready to go with that, and that's going to be an offsides here on the Tigers. So that's going back to Tigers up 5. It's probably going to be a third down and 11. Yeah, you got the left tackle over here moving on the motion. So third down, and we'll call it about 10 as they back them right back up to the original line of scrimmage there at the 34-yard line. A little over 10, maybe 10 and a half here for the Rams, or for the Tigers. So coming to the line, Creech brings them right back up. Miles, single back set. Creek's going to look to pass out here. Now looking to find somebody. That one gets tipped up in the air, and it's an incomplete pass. So that's going to bring up a fourth down and 10 here for the Tigers. So the pass incomplete. Brings a fourth down and 10 here for Tenaha. Right there at the 34-yard line. Here comes the punt. Sandoval back there to punt. Looks like it's going to be Cooper Bragg back there ready for the punt return. He had one last week, about 70 yards last week, did Cooper Bragg. So see what he's got right here. Sandoval, low snap, going to come up in here. Oh, Rios almost got there for the block. But it's going to be over here towards the sideline, and Bragg's going to pick it up here at about the 37-yard line. Breaks one tackle, tries to come up Tenaha sideline. He's going to get across midfield down to the 49-yard line. First down for the Rams. First down and 10 for the Rams at the 49-yard line of Tenaha. So to come to the line, Reynolds going to bring him up here. First down and 10 here for this big, powerful running game forward offense. The wing T set that they put out here for Coach Jones. Going to bring him to the line. Reynolds going to hand off first man through. That's going to be Kilpatrick. He's going to run the rock there. He'll take it up to the 30, make that the 44-yard line for a gain of 5. So it's a pickup there of a few there for the Rams. I'm trying to help out the K-Gas guy over here. He's looking. We got a little bit of difference on some rosters, so I'm trying to help him out. So coming to the 44-yard line, makes it a second down, and sorry, you're going to give it to Bragg. Bragg's going to be a stop here before they'll get that one off. So we're going to get timeout on the field here. That run took it down to the 44 for Bragg. So on the second down, we got a timeout here on the field. So just an official timeout here. Going to get some things checked out. I think everything's okay. Reynolds over to have a chat with Coach Brown or Coach Jones over there. And we'll stop that. Sorry. 9:36. All right, so we'll stop that one right there. So having a chat here is referee Brent Simmons. Met him before the game. Nice gentleman. All right, looks like that is the conversation over here. And I know I'm a little bit under the clock there, but they're rolling it. It's about 9.5, folks. I'm sitting about 9:08, so we'll let that sit out there. Second down and about 5 here for the Rams at the 44-yard line of Tenaha. Here comes Reynolds to the line. Going to hand off. Gatlin going to be bringing up the line. That's number 6. That is Wilson. And he's going to take it up. He'll get 1 or 2 there up to about the 42-yard line. Wilson going to take it up to the 42. Sandoval there on the stop. Third down, and we'll call it about 5 here for, they move the stick up over there. They'll call it third down about 3 for the Rams. Getting down to about 9 minutes to go here in this first quarter. First possession here for the Rams. Reynolds and Jones having a chat. Good Joaquin crowd made the trip over here to Tenaha. Great place at the pit. Always luck coming over here to the pit. Coach Lewis, thank you all, the good folks over here. Thank you for all the great hospitality always. Reynolds quickly to the line. Bragg going to follow him around the other side, and that was Bragg breaks through. He's at the 30. He's at the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cooper Bragg. And the Rams get on the line first from the 42-yard line. 42-yard run, touchdown, Cooper Bragg. Cooper Bragg broke 1 tackle there. They had him there at the line, and he broke that 1 tackle, was able to get through, and then he got into the second level and was able to just bounce away from 1 tackler and then get to the corner. Touchdown, Cooper Bragg, and the Rams take it down 42 yards for the score. 49 yards, 4 plays, and about 2 minutes off the clock here for the scoring drive for the Rams. Here comes a 2-point conversion. Going to get back to Bragg. He's going to follow his big line around the other side. 2-point conversion is good. PAT is good. So that will make it a 8-0 ball game here as we're into the first quarter. We'll be back here, folks. It is Tenaha and Joaquin here from Tenaha here on NETSN.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Raymond Motor Company, just off the square in downtown Center, where you'll find the friendliest of sales folks. Whether you're looking for a new SUV for the family or a brand new truck, Raymond Motors has a great service department and a huge selection of used vehicles. Raymond Motor Company, just off the square in downtown Center.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here as we're ready for the kickoff. It is the time for your Shelby Savings Bank kickoff here on NETSN tonight. Getting ready for the kickoff. That'll be Reynolds. And that'll be Rogers with the kick. Taking right there at about bumble there about the 25-yard line. Pick it up here is Miles, bringing it here to the home side. Breaks 1 tackle, turns the corner. He's going to be pushed out of bounds there at about the 45-yard line. Saw a penalty flag come in late. That may be a holding here close to the sideline. But right now it looks like it is a first down and 10. Good run here for the Tenaha Tigers, setting them up in good field position for Tenaha. See where they mark him at. It may be against Tenaha. They may back him up about 10, and it is going to be against the Tenaha Tigers. They'll mark it there from the 47-yard line. Take it all the way back to the 37. So it was a holding call. So at the 37-yard line, that's where the the Tigers will get started here. Creech comes back out, ready to go. Going to have a bunch up here in the back here. Going to hand off. Different running back coming into the middle. Taking it right into the middle of that Joaquin defense. Picking up a couple. Let's see who that running back is there. That is number 16, and that is Giles, who's running the ball now. And he'll take it up to the 38-yard line for a gain of 1. Second down. And a long 9 there. He got a little bit, maybe a half yard there, but a second down and a long 9. Taking their time coming to the line here. Still got 15 seconds on the play clock. Creech brings them right back up. And he'll have Giles in the backfield once again here as they try to load up that box or load up that line, give a little extra protection, pushing ahead up across the 40-yard line down to the 41 for a gain of 3. Third down and about 7 now here for the Tigers. Good little run there, and looked like that was Miles who might have got that one. So third down and long here for the Tigers, trying to convert their first down here. Trying to get that Raymond Motor Company first down. The third and long for Creech in his offense as he brings them out of the huddle. These Giles in the backfield. Man in motion. Throwing the play here to the near side. Oh, nice middle. Giles up the middle. Oh, he almost broke free. He's going to be close to that first down. He may be about a yard short. 4th down and 1 as he got up to about the 46-yard line. Gain of 5 for Giles. That was awful close there. Oh, yeah, they knocked him down there to 46. Well, they backed him up about a yard. It looked like he was a little closer now. It's going to be a 4th down and about a yard and a half here for the Tigers. Looks like they're going to try to go for it. A nice little run there by Giles. He almost got through there. Somebody got a ankle tackle on there on that defense for the Rams. So Creech going to bring him right back out. Back up under center. Trying to get this 4th down play. Going to get to Giles. Giles turns the corner. Oh, and he just does get it. Cooper Bragg put the lick on him, but not before Giles gets across the 50-yard line. First down for the Tigers. Raymond Motor Company, first down. Across the 50-yard line to the 49 into Ram territory go the Tigers. So first down and 10 here for the Tigers, keeping that clock rolling, moving it right along. Doing all right, man, Joe? You having fun with it? Okay. All right, good, man. You're doing a great job. All right, I know we had some people that were saying some things about we were trying some different stuff here, but I think that we've got it down pretty well here tonight in Tenaha. And we'll be in West Sabine tomorrow night for the Pinecone Bowl. Looking forward to that one. Here we go. Oh, that one's on the ground there on the low snap. Oh, it might have been a little bit early leave there by the guard, but there's a late little tack out there, and good job by everybody everybody just keep the cooler heads. Keep the cooler heads. Got to keep the cooler heads there. There was some late blocking going on out there. Somebody took exception to it. Let's keep some cooler heads, and let's play some football, fellas. All right. All right, that's still the first down here, but we still get the first down and 10. All right, at the 49-yard line, that's where it's going to be. Clock rolling. It is a 8-0 lead for the Joaquin Rams here. I'm sorry, folks, I got the get it right for you. So here we go. Creek's going to look to pass. Got a man streaking down to the sideline. That's Malone. Going to look for him. And it is broken up there by number 4. That is Deegan Lee. And it looked like it was up there for grabs. He turned around to grab it. A nice try there by the receiver, Malone. Not able to turn around and get a handle on that one. So it's an incomplete pass. Makes it 3rd down and 11 from the 49-yard line. So nice try there by Creech. Had a nice job by Malone, too. He got down the sideline. He only had single coverage down there. And there was great coverage out there by Lee as he was able to knock it away and make it a 3rd down and long here for Creech and the Tiger offense. Creech sends a man in motion, flowing to the right side. Going to give to Giles. Giles trying to turn the corner. Good job blocking off the edge there by the Tigers. Picking up some yardage into Ram territory up to the 46-yard line for a gain of 4. Good job sealing off the edge over there by that right side of the line by the Tigers. But the Rams were able to finally break away from some of those tackles and get over there. But a couple yards here makes it a 4th down and about 7 here for the Tigers. Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Creech with Ratcliffe. Oh, sorry. That is Sandoval back there. Didn't see him. He's back there for the punt. And it's going to go over to the right side. And that's where the Rams will start off. It'll be a punt there to about the 25-yard line on Joaquin's side. So it looks like Joaquin will start off on their own 25-yard line here. About 3:25 to go. Is that what I got? Pretty close. Hey, right on with the clock. That doesn't happen very often, Joe. Let's see. So right at the 26 is where they're going to be. 1st down and 10 here for the Rams at their own 26-yard line, leading it 8-0 right now. And big thank you to Batters. And sponsoring our scoreboard again this year. You see Batters up there at the ticker. I appreciate Batters Law Firm. Remember, when the score matters, it's Batters. Because when your case matters, it's Batters. All righty, here we go. As the Rams come back out here, Runnels going to bring him back out. Good drive there. And a good run by Cooper Bragg. 42 yards the last time out there. Going to hand off. Coming through here is going to be Gatlin. Gatlin, he's going to break 3. He's at the middle of the field, and they're not going to catch him as Gatlin is to the house. Touchdown, Rams, all the way back at the 26-yard line. A 74-yard touchdown run for Gatlin and the Rams. Rams, big touchdown right there. Gatlin right up the gut, finds some room and takes it 74 yards. Touchdown, Rams on a long run here by Gatlin. Wow. Gatlin found some room and it just was gone. So here comes the extra point attempt here by the Rams. And a little discussion going on over there. We got a timeout. Okay. We got a quick timeout. So that gives us a chance to take a quick timeout with them. We'll be right back here on NETSN. All righty, folks, we're back here. It looks like they had a little timeout, getting ready for the extra point attempt here as the Rams now lead at 14-0 on a 74-yard touchdown run there by number 3. That would be Jacob Gatlin on a big run there by the Rams. So I'm breaking through the middle, and once he got out there, he just turned on an extra gear and was gone. Bye-bye. So there it is, the big 74 yards. Let's see, 42 by number 2. I'll make sure I remind that up there. All right, so now 14-0 as the extra point attempt coming here by the Rams are going to go for 2 once again. There are some good cookies, aren't they? Yep. we're eating good here in Tenaha. We appreciate it, man, always. All right, so still a little bit of a something going on out there, but I'm going to do this because I'm a few seconds off on the clock, so I'm going to let it roll down about 3:09. That's where they have it stopped at here, the official clock. So that's what we'll do, folks. We'll just let that run as they're trying to set up here for the extra point attempt. And discussion on both sides, not really sure what the discussion is about, but they're talking to folks. Maybe there was a little John going on a little earlier, maybe just trying to make sure everybody's cool and copacetic. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll make sure we play a good game of football here. All righty. So with 3:09 left to go here in this first quarter, it is now 14-0 Rams. Alrighty. So still some discussion about something happening down there. Haven't seen anything from referee, but Coach Jones out there having a chat with Bragg and Runnels and the umpiring crew over here close to the 5-yard line hash marks and just chatting. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of a Bull Durham movie. Maybe they got a wedding to go to this weekend and trying to figure out what they're going to buy for the bride and groom. I don't know. You know, they are referees. You know, stripes look good this time of year. Come on. Okie dokie. I think we're ready to play for the extra point. We'll have another timeout after the extra point too, folks. Here we go. All righty. Now we're ready. Here comes Runnels with the play from Coach Jones. And we're ready to go here. Extra point tip, 2-point conversion coming from the Rams. Our first one was successful. Yes, Reynolds brings him right up to the line. Going to hand off. Kilpatrick takes it over to the right side, and it's in for the two-point conversion. Is good. So that will make it now a 16-0 ball game. We'll take a break and get back here with the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. It's on the way here on the NETSN.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Alrighty, folks, back here as it is now a 16-0 ball game, and we got about 3:08 on the clock here for the first quarter as the Joaquin Rams have gone down 2 plays there or actually 1 play, 74-yard touchdown run there by the running back Jacob Gatlin for the Joaquin Rams, make it 16-0 in the first quarter. So now back, and a couple good drives here by the Tenaha Tigers. They just stalled here, see if they can put something together here on their 3rd drive of this first quarter. Still 3 minutes to go. As Rams ready to go. Here's the kick. And it'll be over the head of the Tenaha Tigers, and it's going to bounce, and finally get out of bounds. And that'll be a good starting point here for the Tenaha Tigers as it does bounce out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. So Tenaha ready to take over. First down and 10 at the 30-yard line. And also, too, don't remind everyone, too, they do have a 2-minute warning here at the into the first and second at the second quarter and the fourth quarter, which is really good. It gives an extra little time out here for both the teams. Also gives them a chance to get some water and cool off a little bit because it can be pretty warm out there. It is a nice warm night here. Temperature's not too bad, but, boy, you know, East Texas, it's always nice and humid. So here we go. First down and 10 here for the Tenaha Tigers coming out here, trailing by a couple of scores. See if Creech and his offense can get it moving here. As he's got Giles in the backfield. Gonna hand off Giles. He finds some room there into the middle. He'll take it up to get there on the dive play up to the 31. Gain of 1, second down and 9. So Rios in on the stop. The big guys there in the front for the Joaquin Rams. Of course, you got Rios, you got Cummins, you got Kilpatrick, and big number 60 in there as well. So here we go. Bringing it back to the line. Creech, bringing a man in motion. Going to hand out to Giles. Giles flows out here. Oh, what a great job pursuing to the ball there by the Rams. They met him at the 30-yard line for a loss of 1. Third down and 10. Well, the Rams sniffed that one out. They were right there on the edge to catch it before he could turn the corner. Creech back in the huddle. All righty, so Creech in the huddle still here, trying to get the play out here ready to go. As we'll get that clock rolling down to about a minute and 40 or so. Now Creech brings them out. Giles in the backfield. Once again, twin receiver set here to the near side. Creech going to roll out, see if he can make a pass. Going to set up here, going to drop it off, find his man. That is Malone. Malone going to come up. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. And he'll get the complete pass, but it'll be out of bounds at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 4 on the pass play. So I'm bringing up a 4th down and about 6 here. And Coach Birdsong definitely going to send out the punting unit here. Too far deep in your own end zone, or your own end, to try to get a first down here. You definitely don't want to give a good field position to the Rams in case something goes wrong here too early in the game for that. So ready for the kick. Rios going to be out of bounds there on the kick, but it looked like Rios might have got off the edge here. Might have been a – no, I didn't see a flag out there. Boy, I tell you what, I thought somebody got off the edge pretty quick over there. But it is going to be a first down and 10 for the Rams as it goes out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So the Rams get it back here, first down and 10. Last time they had it, 74-yard run there by Gatlin. And see, he's back in there too. And once again, see if they give it to him again, see if he can break another one. Here comes Reynolds with the play. And they'll bring that slot to the line. Ready to go, Reynolds up under center. Hand off to Kilpatrick, take it over to the left side. Trying to hit that 3-hole over there and takes it up to the midfield stripe for a gain of 4. Second down to 6. So Reynolds doing a great job. Clock management here. Had his team out here, and he gets everybody set up, ready to go. Great job here by the quarterback. He's back up under center, ready to go. First down or second down and 6. Here's Gatlin once again following his blockers. Brings it here to the near side. Takes it up close to that first down marker. They're going to say stop the clock there. He's going to be right there. It's a Raymond Motor Company first down at the 44-yard line of Tenaha. So first down and 10 here for the Rams as we're getting close to the end of the first quarter here. Reynolds may bring it out here, maybe the last play of the first quarter, folks. As Reynolds brings them up. First down and 10. Oh, of course. There's a flag to stop the clock, huh? So that's going to be a penalty flag here against the Rams, taking them back to the 48-yard line. Oh, now they're going to start the clock there. Okay. So that's going to be the end of the first quarter here, folks. At the end of the first quarter, it's going to be Joaquin 16, Tenaha 0 at the end of the first quarter. All right, folks, we'll be back here for the second quarter. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. Tenaha and Joaquin here on NETSN. Woo!
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
And we'll go in a little bit closer there, man. You'll be good. There you go. That looks good. All right, so here we go as Reynolds brings him to the line. And we're going to get a handoff right up the gut here. And look who's that running the ball there. Might have been Cooper Bragg there. Oh, sorry, that is Gatlin on the run. He'll take it up to about to the 45-yard line, making it a second down and 11. Tried to add that penalty there. Second down and 11 now for the Rams. Got to get scored. Reynolds going to hand off. Going to find Cooper Bragg. Bragg going to break one tackle. Stims up over here at the 35. Finally going to be taken down. Nice job in the open field on the tackle there. As Cooper Bragg taken down by number 20, Christian Vega onto the stop there. But Cooper Bragg with a big run. Raymond Motor Company first down all the way down to the 30-yard line of Tenaha. Good job there by Bragg breaking the tackle here near the numbers. Taking it up ahead here for a first down. Reynolds once again finds Gatlin. Gatlin take it over to the right side. Cuts through the middle there and finds breaks one tackle and he breaks up another. And he's across the 20-yard line down for another first down for the Rams. And Gatlin picks up all the way down to the 15-yard line and the Rams are moving once again. 15-yard Raymond Motor Company first down for the Rams. And inside, we were just talking about this a while ago, inside the Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance red zone go the Joaquin Rams. That clock is running. I had it stopped. Okay, we'll let it go. First down and 10 here in the Sandy Cox red zone for the Rams. Coming to the line. Reynolds brings them up. Going to hand off to Kilpatrick. Bring it here to the near side, and he'll take it across the 10-yard line. Should be a second down and now goal. Nope. No, sorry about that, folks. Second down and about 4 after the gain of 6. I'll say gain of 9 down to the 6-yard line where he's going to be. Good job there by Kilpatrick. Second down and about 4, so there's going to be about 7 on that run. Okay, you'll call it second down and 3. Second down 3 after the run by Kilpatrick. Rams looking to add a little bit more here. Sandy Cox State Farm red zone. Handoff once again. Oh, Bragg gets caught up in the back, and they wrangled him up there and got enough time to let the rest of the Tiger defense get there and bring him down. Loss of a couple back to the 8-yard line. Well, that was off close to, looked like a horse collar there, but maybe just got him there on the shoulder and the jersey, which is good. Definitely don't want to get in on the horse collar. So now, clock continuing to roll here, and both teams just letting it go. Here comes Reynolds back out. Going to give it to Kilpatrick, following his big blockers through. And he's still got it down around the 5-yard line. They're trying to pull it away from him, and he's hanging on to it. Now getting closer and closer. He's going to be inside the 5, down to the 2. That should be enough for a first down and goal for the Rams. Raymond Motor Company first down and goal at the 1-yard line and a 7-yard run there by Kilpatrick. So a first and goal. Looks like we have an injured Joaquin Ram player down here onto the field. So we're going to take a few seconds here, folks, and we'll take a break as we have an injury timeout here on a NETSN.
Joaquin Ram fans know that Kay's Hardware is the Joaquin supply store. You can search high or low, but eventually you will see the signs. Kay's Hardware is the key to finding what you need for your job. Located at the 42 where Highway 84 divides itself, it's Kay's Hardware back at the Rams.
The Friday night lights are shining and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
All righty, folks, we are back here and ready to go after the injury timeout. Everybody leaves the field under their own power, which is good. They're going to be a power run right up the middle while they get there. And it looks like it's going to be just outside the end zone, maybe a loss of one there back. They're going to back up to about the 3-yard line. So it was a run there back to the 3. All right, so that'll stop them right there. And we got another stop on the clock. As Reynolds goes over there and has a quick chat. Did he get in the end zone there? I didn't think they get in. I didn't see a signal, and they backed him up to about the 3-yard line. Okay. So they did get the touchdown in there. I did not see the signal, so the touchdown did count, folks. My apologies. So, yeah, it is a touchdown. Here comes a 2-point conversion. Going to roll around here. I didn't see anybody give me a signal. Did you see a signal? I didn't see a signal for a touchdown anywhere. But it's a touchdown here for the Rams nonetheless. And we're going to get that out there, folks. And so the 2-point conversion is stopped due to penalty. So penalty flag here on the 2-point conversion. So Reynolds will check in with Coach over on the sideline. He's got what he likes. Now he's ready to come back out here for the 2-point play. Didn't see who took that in for the touchdown. Like I said, folks, I didn't see that. Now there's a 2-point conversion. Is good. So the 2-point conversion good on the long touchdown drive here by the Rams. They did get the touchdown in there. Okay, so we're going to go back here. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this. All right, so there we go. So it's now a 24. I had to stop for a second there just to make sure. 24. Nothing is the score now. And we have a stoppage of play. We got our Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. It is on the way. We'll be right back here, folks, on the NETSN.
Plates of Grace Country Kitchen, just outside of Center on your way to Shelbyville. Now, whether you stop by and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you're definitely going to find something on the menu you like. Now, your table's waiting right here next to this wonderful family, or find yourself a seat in the sports room. It's Plates of Grace Country Kitchen, just outside of Center on your way to Shelbyville. Stop in and say hi. Have yourself a great meal.
Folks, after a personal foul on the Joaquin Rams, after the play, that'll back them up here and be a long kickoff here as it'll go all the way back to the 25-yard line. That's where Joaquin Rams will start up. But right now it is a 24-0 lead here. Still a little right about 8 minutes to go in the half. 12 plays on that drive. Started in that first quarter. Took a little over 5 minutes off the clock. And here comes Malone bringing it back here to the Tenaha side and trying to turn the corner now. Finally going to be pushed out of bounds here. And that's going to be a flag coming in here as we may see some flags coming in late here on the push out of bounds at the sideline. As he goes out of bounds here at about the 45-yard line. And we'll talk about the penalty flags. Coming up at halftime, folks, got a great interview with some center linemen. We do breakfast and linemen down in center there. And I got a great interview with a couple of those linemen. So if you're an up-and-coming lineman, young man, it'd be a great interview to check out and listen to these guys and talk about their high school lineman experiences. That's coming up at halftime here in Tenaha tonight. We'll head to West Sabine tomorrow for the Pinecone Bowl. We'll be out there at Hemp Hill in West Sabine. And we'll have a great interview. We had a great coaches show with Coach Bragg and a couple of the young men from the West Sabine Tigers. So we'll have that for you tomorrow evening. Have that great interview with the kids and the coach before we start with the Pinecone Bowl. Joe and I will be out there on top of the box bringing it to you from West Sabine. Love going to West Sabine. All right, so we'll back them up here after another penalty here. That's two penalties there. A penalty on the 2-point conversion, and now a penalty here. Another personal foul for a late hit out of bounds. It's going to be a good starting field position here for the Tenaha Tigers. They'll have a 7:50 in the clock, and they'll have it a first down and 10 on the Joaquin 40-yard line is where they're going to be. So here we go as Creech brings them up, and they'll have Miles into the backfield. Creech's going to look to pass. Nobody there. Good coverage downfield. Now he rolls out here to the home side. He'll go out of bounds, and he'll pick up a few up to about the 36-yard line. Let's pick up a 4. Coverage downfield there by the Rams. Creech thought he had a man there for a second, but a good job there pulling it back down because there was some double coverage back there by the Rams, and he did a good job pulling it back down. He didn't want to take a chance of getting that one picked off anywhere. So official game clock says 7:40, so I'm going to roll mine here to get it close, folks, as they come to the line. 2nd down and 5 after that 5-yard run there by and referee Brent Simmons coming in here to get everybody right. Now we're getting back out there and ready to go here for the play. Ball's on the ground here, and a good job by, looks like Giles might have picked that up. Miles picked it up and takes it up to the 35-yard line, making a 3rd down and about 5 now. Got that 1 on there. Ooh, Carlisle up on St. Augustine 21-8. Overton up 14-0. Check out our Batters scoreboard ticker at the top of our screen up there, folks. Brought to us by Batters Law Firm. 3rd down and about a long 5 here for the Tigers. We're going to get a timeout. Here's the ref stopping the play. Once again. Getting everybody lined up right. Okay, now we're good. Creech getting a handoff. There's a big hole there, but he goes around the edge, does Miles. And he tilts it back inside, and he'll have enough for a Raymond Motor Company first down. Fight for yardage down near the 20-yard line before it goes out of bounds. So that's enough for a first down there. Raymond Motor Company first down by the Tenaha Tigers right there outside the 20-yard line. We're going to mark him down there as he goes out. Somebody lost their helmet down there. All righty, so right there at the 20-yard line, looks like. Good 15-yard run there by Miles. Corey Miles, number 6, making that run. Right at the 21-yard line where they got that ball spotted. So Creek's going to bring him right back up to the line here. Twin receiver set over here to the near side. All right, so Creek's taking a little time here to get everybody set and ready to go. He's going to send Malone and Goodson from the right side of the formation to the left side out there. And he'll have Miles in the backfield as he's under center. Going to hand off to Miles right up the gut. And the dive play taking it up to about the 15. So it'll be a second down and about 5 inside of the Sandy Cox State Farm red zone. So right at the 16, makes it a third down. Make that a second down. Call it about 5, maybe 6 for the Tigers. Ball sitting at the 16-yard line. Great drive here by Creech and the Tigers. They've slowed it down a little bit, taken some time, come out here, make sure they got everything right, and they've done a really good job here. After a good penalty, but still done a good job here to try to get down here and see if they can get some points on the board before a half. Creech's going to hand off. Man coming around and tries to turn the corner here, following his blockers. It gets above the 15-yard line, down to about the 14. It looked like that was Malone on that carry. Taking it down there to the 14-yard line, 54 onto the stop there. That is Carson Rogers. So continuing to let that clock run and staying in the huddle here to let that play clock run down. Trailing 24-0 right here into the second quarter. And Tenaha looking to do whatever they can, get an extra little breather here, see if they can get the right play and get this first down, work on that touchdown play here. Creech under center. Taking his time, checking out the defense. Going to send the man in motion. That's going to be an offsides penalty there. Against the Tigers, that'll back them up to a third down and about 7 now. Takes them back to the 19. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to let that thing roll. So that's going to bring a third down and 7 after the penalty there on the offsides. Creech bringing right back up to the line here. Trying to get that Raymond Motor Company first down. It'll be a Joaquin ball to start the second half. So we're going to have to, Coach going to have to call a timeout here for the Tenaha Tigers as they were trying to get them to the line there. Took a little time there into the huddle. So we've got a timeout onto the field. We'll be right back here on a NETSN.
It doesn't matter if you need a truck tire or if you need a car tire. If you need a tire, you call Joaquin Tire. Joaquin Tire Shop provides new and used tires, along with oil changes and 24-hour road service. Stop and see them on Highway 7 in Joaquin.
All righty, we're back here just as the start of that play goes, and it looks like we get a penalty flag coming in. So the Tigers, back-to-back penalties here. Backs them up to the 24-yard line, makes it a 3rd down and 12 now. And definitely not what the Tigers needed right there, especially coming out of a timeout. 3:20 to go here till halftime. So now 3rd and 13, getting down to about 10 seconds to go here onto the play clock. They're going to have to break this huddle and get out to the line quick here. As Creech brings them to the line. And we're going to get movement once again. Back to the 29-yard line. So at a 3rd down and 3. Now we're at 3rd down and one of these. Third down, about 20 here for the Tigers. Well, I tell you, just can't have these here, especially this late in the ball game. So now, going to bring them out of the huddle here. Malone and Goodson off to the left side. Creech brings them up with Miles in the backfield. Needing a big play here for the Tigers. Here's Creech. Getting some good protection here. Finds some room in the middle. Now tries to break free, and he's going to be caught from behind at about the 28-yard line by Kilpatrick as he breaks off his tackle, goes back and runs him down. And it'll be a 4th down and long for the Tenaha Tigers. He did get some of that yardage. Up to the 27-yard line on that run. All righty, as we get right down to about 3 minutes to go here in this first half, we'll take a break here. We've got a timeout by the Joaquin Rams. We'll be right back here on a NETSN.
You know that Center Glass can fix your cracked windshield. But for the experts at Center Glass, fixing a windshield is just the beginning. Center Glass can also renovate your bathroom. Turn your fixtures and shower into something entirely new and unique to your home.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Already back here, folks. Just in time for the punch, and it's going to go deep in, out of bounds. Deep into the Rams end of the field there, down to about the 14-yard line where they're going to start off at here, looks like. So the Rams will start off on their own 14-yard line. First down and 10 for him here. Alrighty, folks, we're back here. It's got about two. Okay, more penalties there. Sorry, took a little break there, folks. It did look a little dark. I'm sorry, guys, but we got to do it that way, I guess, man. And just remember that little part down there at the bottom. But looks much better. You see, okay. All right, so my apologies there, folks. As we camera here, we got it back out here. It looked good till the sun went down, and then things had to change out here. So we had to change some settings on the camera. So we're good to go, folks. All right, so right now we're sitting here after a penalty by the Rams. They are back there now with a first down and a cat ride themselves back there deep in their own territory here. Here comes Reynolds bringing them to the line and trying to run it out of their own end zone there up to the 10-yard line. Started there at about the 3. Runs it up to about the 10 for a gain of 7. So it's up at about the 9-yard line now. That still brings up a 2nd down and 13 for the Rams. Reynolds going to hand off. We're going to get a penalty flag coming in, and that's going to be Cooper Bragg with a big run. But like I said, penalty flag comes in here, and that's going to put a stop to that. So that's pretty clean up to till about 3 or 4 minutes left to go in this half, and then both teams just started seeing the yellows coming out. Got a bunch of mustard on the field. So we'll see who that's against here. And it looks like that is going to be against. That's going to be against the Tigers here. And here's Cooper Bragg breaking free once again. And still on his feet to start. That's Gatlin. And Gatlin is out there with another big run here for the Joaquin Rams. And a big run there by Gatlin once again. Takes him all the way down into Tiger territory, down to the 34-yard line on Gatlin with a huge run here for the Rams. So the Rams now another opportunity to pick up some more points here before the end of the half as Reynolds brings him to the line. Going to hand off. And Bragg spinning away into the middle of the field here. Takes it around the 30-yard line for a gain of 4. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 6. I messed up my clock a while ago, folks. There's a minute 20 left to go in this one, and we have an injured player onto the field. So we'll take a break right here as we have an injured player on the field, and we'll be right back here on NETSN.
Raymond Motor Company, just off the square in downtown Center, where you'll find the friendliest of sales folks. Whether you're looking for a new SUV for the family or a brand new truck, Raymond Motors has a great service department and a huge selection of used vehicles. Raymond Motor Company, just off the square in downtown Center.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here after the injury. And with a minute 20 left to go here into this first half. Rams have the ball. Hand it off. Bragg moves his way up to the 25-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down and 1 for the Rams. Stop. Reset. I forgot. So under a minute to go here for the Rams. They're trying to get that Raymond Motor Company first down. Send it to the 25-yard line. Reynolds going to hand off. Kilpatrick had a little issue grabbing it, but he finally brings it home, and he'll basket catch it in to the bread basket, take it down to the 19-yard line. Raymond Motor Company first down for the Rams at the 19. Kilpatrick having a great night running the ball for the Rams. Gatlin, Bragg as well. I like to see the big guy out there running the ball. Seen the Rams pretty good with that. They had a big man running the ball last year. Coach Jones, he knows what he's talking about out there. Here he comes. Runnels right back to the line. Gatlin going to have it. He falls around over to the right side, cuts it back inside, breaks into one tackle down to the 10-yard line, and it's going to be awful close there for another first down. Down to the 10. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 1 as that clock will roll down to about 30 seconds left, but we have a timeout on the field. So we'll take a leave the time. We'll leave it right here, folks, okay? All right, so I'll tell you about what we got coming up here. Tomorrow evening we'll be in West Sabine for the Pinecone Bowl. It is Hemp Hill at West Sabine. We'll have that one for you. Also on Saturday morning, we'll be at Breakfast with the Linemen at Diamond B Cafe. Come on down there and have some breakfast with us. I have a crew that will be in North DeSoto for Center North DeSoto tomorrow. All kinds of great games on NETSN on Friday evening as well. So check it out on those games. And also get our app, and you can keep up with all the scores on our batter scoreboard ticker at the top of our screen right up there. And a big thank you to Sandy Cox and our State Farm Red Zone, Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance, and all the wonderful people who help bring us the broadcast here on NETSN. Coming up next week, well, I'll tell you what, we got 2 weeks. We'll be in Timpson for Tuesday night volleyball, Timpson and Center, then Timpson Elysian Fields. And we got 2 Shelbyville games coming up next as well for the next week. So looking forward to it, as I got a lot of great action as we get into the middle of the season. All right, here we go to the line. Runnels brings them up. 2nd down and short here. And taking over that is Cooper Bragg. Going to take it over there for the touchdown. He'll find lots of room over there to the right side. And I'm sorry, that was somebody else there. That was Wilson, number 6. Wilson took it in for the touchdown. Touchdown Rams. So he takes it in 10 yards out for the touchdown. So the Rams, by Wilson, gets the touchdown. So that'll make it a 30-0 ball game. Here comes the extra point. 2-point conversion on the way. Runnels going to roll out there. Going to flip it back inside. Find Rios in the back of the end zone. And the 2-point conversion is good. So that'll make it a 32-0 ball game here at about 26 seconds left to go here into the first half. And sorry, folks, I had the clock rolling right there, and I hit the wrong button, so it reset. So we'll just let it roll here since we're close to the end of the half here. And another good drive there by the Joaquin Rams. So they will now lead it by a score of 32-0. And we'll be back here for more of this one as we get ready for halftime coming up here on Net. Okay, so I understand that there was a penalty on the play. So that's going to back them up.
Started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Far, and they lead it big 32-0 here just before halftime. Ready for the kick here by Carson Rogers. And Rogers kicks it off far side there at about the 30-yard line. Fair catch, and that's where the Tigers will start off. As Creech will come out, and the 31-yard line looks like. 25 seconds left to go. All right. So, yeah, like I said, folks, all kinds of good stuff on the way here on NETSN. Make sure you get our app. And I got to talk to Coach Lewis here to do today about the Holiday Hoops Tournament. I know that's still months away, but, you know, I love my basketball. And we're going to be, once again, the NETSN guys, me and my couple of our other guys are going to be in Timpson for all the games in Timpson. And well, I'm looking forward to that. I hope Coach Wager's Mount Pleasant squad is over there, get to do a game over there in Timpson. I'd like to hang out with Coach Wager as he brings his team in. All right, so here we go. And I know I hope Coach Cloudy's got the Shelbyville guys in there too. We'll see how this is. Tenaha's going to look good. I know I'm already talking about basketball. We're only into the third week of the football season. All right, so here we go. First down and 10 here for Creech in the offense for the Tigers. Creech going to hand off, and Miles trying to bring it right up the gut. He'll pick up a few up close to the 35-yard line, and he'll pick up 4. Halftime, Carlisle 21, San Augustine 8. And that may be the end of the quarter here for this one here tonight so far. And now we got 32-0 Joaquin Rams with a big lead here in Tenaha this evening as the first half has come to an end. And it's time for our Farmers State Bank halftime. All kinds of wonderful things on the way. Got a great interview with some great offensive linemen. So if you're a young offensive lineman out there, want to learn about some good offensive line, these young men will have some good information for you. So we'll have that for you. It is on the way as our Farmers State Bank halftime is underway here in Tenaha on NETSN.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Behold the chicken fried steak sandwich. This particular chicken fried steak sandwich can only be found at Diamond Bee Cafe in Center, Texas. And it pairs very well with seasoned fries and sweet tea. And if you're lucky, there'll be some of that Nana's banana pudding to go along with it. Get by Diamond Bee Cafe in Center and see the wonderful folks and all the wonderful menu items for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here. It is halftime as we get ready for the second half. Big first half there by the Joaquin Rams as they lead it right now 32-0. We'll have some halftime stuff for you about the drives and how that went in that first half for both teams. But right now, we got a great interview. Here's our Farmers State Bank halftime is on the way, and maybe we'll get some band performers for you as well as we get rolling through. But we got a great interview with some center offensive linemen coming up here, so we'll have that for you. So stay with us, folks. All kinds of great stuff on the way the second half as well. Coming to you live, loud, and proud here in Tenaha as Joaquin up big, 32-0 over Tenaha here at halftime on NETSN. All right, so all righty, good morning, fans. Welcome to Breakfast with the Linemen. We got some center linemen.
I play right tackle.
Right tackle for the Riders. Well, appreciate you being here. Your first time here at the Pancake Breakfast. I know that the guys talk about what a privilege it is. So, hey, coming down to get some good breakfast. How did you enjoy the food?
It was really good.
You got some more coming?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. All right, man. Well, tell us a little bit about the game last night, as far as your perspective of how what you thought you did as far as in the line, how you guys thought you performed in the game last night.
I just think we didn't leave much out, or we left everything we had out there, and Coach Bally had kept on telling us all week that we need to make them quit, and I think that's what our main goal was last night, and I think we did a pretty good job of that.
Right. Well, playing tackle out there, you got a couple of different things in the way that you run your schemes and stuff. So what are some of the your favorite things to do as a tackle out there whenever you hear a play call, you're like, oh, yeah, this is it. I mean, something like that. So you guys on that right side were doing exactly what Coach was telling you needed to do to clear it out. You're making some good pass for Bluford there at the very beginning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, talking about, blocking next to this guy, so you guys have a good communication and everything out there. So what are some of the things that you guys really talk about out there on the field that you have to make sure that you're in tune out there?
I don't know. I mean,
Just make sure you got your calls down, right?
Yeah, we just got our calls down.
There you go.
That's about it.
All right, there you go. All right. Well, also you got Coach Bellinger here too. You know, he's a great coach. You know, and I got to hang out with you guys a little bit on the sideline there last night. There's some of your little meetings here after in and out or whatever. But you know, those are really cool to be a part of. And you know, some of the things that you guys do down there, some people probably don't understand some of the intricate conversations and the things that you guys have down there. So what are some of those things? I mean, if you know something, you're immediately to coach. You know, and y'all discuss that in those circles, right?
Yes, sir. If we see something, we tell him, or if he sees something, he just tells us. I don't know. It helps us a lot.
Right. Well, I know last night you were talking about somebody was kept looping around, so you had to wait on that to get that done. You were talking about that, and you were saying it was off this one or off this. So those are the things y'all are working on, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right. Make sure you get everybody taken care of. All right. Well, man, you guys played a great game last night. Congratulations on the win. We're gonna let you get some more breakfast. Let's move over here and first introduce yourself, sir. Now let us know where you play on the line there for the Rough Riders.
I'm Ja'Cory, and I play right guard.
Right guard for the Rough Riders, and number 79 out there. And so last night, Ja'Cory, you know, you guys were playing a really good game. You guys were pretty much dominant there on the line. So what are some of the things that you guys really saw that you were able to do well last night against Spring Hill?
Well, in practice, we perfect a lot of our plays. We run it back-to-back against a numerous number of fronts, and we went out there tonight and we executed. We did what we were coached to do. And we've been working on this for a while, so I was just glad we was able to get that done.
Right. Well, you know, and you also working with Fountain over here, but you also work a lot here with Jenkins there in the middle, you know, on that right side. And you guys, man, I tell you, were exploding out the ball, good pass blocking last night. So what did you do? There was one point in there, I was kind of coming back on the play here, and there was an open on that. But Wolf was able to get through and make a long touchdown run. What were some of the things you guys were doing on that play? Do you remember?
Well, when we do combos, one of our goals is to get him to the backer. So what we have to do, we have to fire off and we have to hit him hard, get him moving, and sometimes it's not just going to always work out. Right. So we block how we can when we can, and that makes creases, get him some cutback lanes.
Right. Well, I tell you what, both the running backs and the quarterback was doing really good last night. I think that I don't know if you had a sack last night. I don't think there was a sack against you guys last night, which is really good. You want to make sure your quarterback stays clean. And, you know, also, do you play only on the defensive line over there? You play mostly on the offense. That's good. All right, so only on that offensive line over there. But you have a couple different combinations of things that you go about on pass block and run block. So whenever you're pass blocking, what are some of the things you want to set up with your guys on right and left?
Well, we want to make sure we get out there fast enough so we can get on anybody who's coming off the edge or anybody who's stunned in, make sure we get our gaps. And we still have to be together even on pass blocks, even when that comes to squeezing together or that comes to squeezing with the other guy. We got to make sure we keep our guy blocked.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys did a really good game. You executed everywhere. I know many times I looked over at your coach and said, hey, man, you guys, double teams are working and everything was working last night. So, all right, well, a lot of plays last night, a lot of good stuff. So what was one of your best things about last night?
The amount of pancakes we had, right? It's a surreal feeling. You get tired, but when you're able to put someone on the ground, that just tells you that you're doing something right.
Well, I know I was in the circle there at one point, and I saw that Jenkins was talking about somebody tripping you and having somebody just fall. That's a pancake block, so I guess that works the same way, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, man, you guys played an awesome game out there last night. Congratulations on another big win. Got a big game coming up next week. Well, let's talk to Coach here real quick here and ask him a couple of questions, and then we're going to see if we can get Shires on the phone and talk to him a little bit. All right, Coach, last night, good dominant performance by your team once again. So give us your assessment of your guys last night. I know you had a lot of things going on throughout the game, but I think the guys played really good.
Well, the first thing that they did after our first drive, they jumped into a different front on us, and our guys really adjusted to it well and didn't panic and just stayed with the scheme and really did a good job. Main thing I saw out of them this week is we made a lot of progress from last week, and really, from the first scrimmage to the second scrimmage to the first game and now to the second, we're getting better. Right. And we're not where we want to be, but we're getting better every week, and kids are buying hard, and they're learning our schemes better. And, you know, it's one thing that I tell them over and over again. You should never be confused if you know the scheme, because the schemes are going to pick up anything that they can do to you. So, like I say, just we're getting better, and we're going to continue to get better, work hard, and add on to what we did last night, hopefully this next week.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, Coach, you know, the cohesiveness of the unit looks really good. You guys are talking all together. You have good communication, so that's very important whenever it comes to those big guys up front.
Absolutely, absolutely, because I can't go out there and be on the field with them. They have to be able to communicate with each other, and, you know, they have to work together. A lot of the combos that we do, or all the combos that we do, it's not a 2-on-1, it's a 2-on-2, and they have to know their assignment as the play plays out. So we're getting better at that and getting off the ball better, and just proud of them, but we still got a ways to go.
Right.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, got some big games that are still on the way, that is for sure. But, you know, and also talk about the communication, you know, and being in there and being able to come up to you and say, hey, Coach, this is what they're doing, and what can we do here? Hey, Coach, this is what we're doing, this way. And then you guys get together and you can work together as a unit to make what happen.
Yes, and you know, my guys, they pretty much know what I expect for them when they come off the field to the sidelines. I want to know where somebody's lined up. I want to know, you know, are they running this stunt or that stunt, or, you know, trying to get some tendencies on the guys that they're playing against, and, you know, they do a good job of that. Right. But we've been at this together for a little while, and we keep getting better, and that's what we plan on doing, is just keep rolling forward.
Right. Well, you know, and I know that sometimes, you know, whenever you're winning, there's good smiles out there, things are rolling, and I hope sometimes when there's a little adversity, you keep those smiles going, because sometimes when there's adversity, you keep that smile going, it can dig you out of that adversity.
Absolutely. You know, every game's going to have its peaks and valleys, and you got to play through from the bottom to get back to the top. And who stays on top the longest is going to win. So, you know.
Right. And like I said, too, you know, the cohesiveness and the way this team comes together is just really good, and I really like being out there. And I don't get the opportunity to go out and watch you guys very often because I'm doing other things, but it was really great to be down there last night and do some stuff with you guys, too. So congratulations, Coach. Another big win. North DeSoto coming up here. Tell us a little bit about, you know, you guys have been playing for the last couple of years. This is a very good football team. This is one of those teams where you really got to be ready on that offensive and defensive lines.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're going to throw a lot at you, and they're very well coached. They're talented. They're going to be a really good football team. It'll be our biggest test to this point for sure. But you know, we haven't as far as getting through with game planning and all that. We're basically just starting on that right now. So can't tell you everything that they're going to do, but I do know this: they're going to be very well coached, and those kids play hard and tough kids, and we're going to have to get after it Friday night. I can tell you that.
I tell you, because this series is going back.
And we're playing it in Louisiana this year. So yeah.
Sabine River Showdown. I think
there you go.
Like that.
There you
go. I tell you,
go.
and it's kind of been back and forth in this rivalry last year. It's kind of turned into a rivalry. It's been back and forth the last few years. So both teams have won, both teams have lost. So it should be a good one.
Yep. It should be. I think it's going to be a good one, and it's turned into a good series for us. And I think that their coaches feel the same way. It's kind of a big game situation because it is kind of a, you know, Louisiana versus Texas thing. So, but we're going to give it our best shot. I can tell you that.
Right. I know the Riders are definitely going to be ready.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Plates of Grace Country Kitchen, just outside of Center on your way to Shelbyville. Now, whether you stop by and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you're definitely going to find something on the menu you like. Now, your table's waiting right here next to this wonderful family, or find yourself a seat in the sports room. It's Plates of Grace Country Kitchen, just outside of Center on your way to Shelbyville. Stop in and say hi. Have yourself a great meal.
Joaquin Tire in Joaquin, Texas. Family owned and operated with new and used tires, general mechanics, and road services. Jesse and his team is proud to serve the community with car, truck, and commercial and ag vehicle tires. They're located in Joaquin at the 84 and Highway 7 split. Call the shop today to make an appointment at 936-269-9516. That's 936-269-9516. Joaquin Tire is a proud sponsor of Game of the Week. Stop in and see them today for all of your new and used tire needs.
Tenaha, Texas. To look at it, it hasn't changed much since the days of Tex Ritter. The pace is slow, just the way we like it. But we're proud of our young people, the games they play, and the music they make. 100 years of dreams and the determination to make them come true. But we all need help every now and then, and that's where First National Bank of Tenaha comes in. Financing your dreams for generations.
Joaquin Ram fans know that K's Hardware is the Joaquin supply store. You can search high or low, but eventually you will see the signs. K's Hardware is the key to finding what you need for your job. Located at the 42.
Use some first half stats on things, but let's get to this and let's change this to that right there. It all should be pretty good. And we'll go back to this right here, and we'll go make sure everybody got their timeouts back, okay? And that score is correct. It is a 32-0 lead here. Let's talk about how that went. Brought to us by Camp Huwani. I believe I'm saying that right. Camp Huwani, bringing us our some halftime analysis here in Tenaha tonight. And started off, Tenaha had the ball, and they went 3 and out, and they had a couple little things to go right there, but then they went 3 and out here, just kind of fill things out. And then it was the 49-yard line there for the Joaquin Rams started off there, and they took it off on a 5 plays, and then Cooper Bragg took it 42 yards for the touchdown. And Tenaha gets it back at their own 37-yard line, and they end up punting down to the 25. Joaquin has one play there, and then Gatlin, he goes 74 yards for the score on one play there for the second score for the Joaquin Rams there into the first quarter. Tenaha gets it back, and they go 3 and out on that one with a punt. And then Joaquin gets it at the end of the first quarter, takes it into the second on a long drive there, and they do get a touchdown out of that one to then make it that's the third touchdown right there. So that was a 24 to nothing at the end of that one. Sorry, folks. The 2-point conversion was good there. So 24-0 after that. Then Tenaha gets back. They had another good little drive. They had a couple of them that were looking really good there. They just stalled out there, did the Tenaha Tigers. So see if they can keep those together. And then that one drive here, it looked really good. Like I said, they were down the third down. They were down really deep down in there. And then penalty. Backed them up to a third down and like a cab ride. So they just couldn't recover from that one. Give it back to Joaquin. Joaquin gets one more touchdown here to make it a 32-0 lead before the end of the half. So that's where we are here at halftime, as the Tenaha Tigers going to be on defense to start the second half, and the Joaquin Rams going to come out here, see if they can continue putting it on here in Tenaha tonight. Coming up tomorrow night, we'll be in West Sabine. We're going to take a little trip down to Pineland, West Sabine, for the Pinecone Bowl. Hemp Hill and Pineland, West Sabine getting together in West Sabine for that one tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We'll have that for you, and we'll be on the air probably about 6:40 or so. We'll have a great pregame interview there with Coach Bragg. Thanks a lot to Coach Bragg and a couple of the young men from the West Sabine Tigers joining us for our coaches show on Monday night there in West Sabine. So we'll have those young men talking to them at halftime. And a great interview there with Coach to our pregame show for the big one tomorrow evening, as Joe and I will be bringing you that one tomorrow night here on NETSN. Also, all kinds of wonderful games going on NETSN throughout our Friday evening, and that includes the Center. They're heading over to North DeSoto to take on the Griffins over there in that Sabine River Showdown. We'll have that for you here on NETSN as well. Big thank you to Batters Law Firm for our NETSN ticker, as you see it rolling across the top of the screen up there. All right, folks, that is our first half analysis. We got about 6 minutes to the second half, so we don't really have any sound outside, but we'll definitely keep the camera on for the Tenaha band. Get you ready for the second half as we replenish the water and everything here into the booth, and get you ready for the second half here coming up on NETSN. Alrighty, folks, welcome back here as we get started for the third quarter, as it's a big lead here for the Joaquin Rams as we get ready for the third quarter. And the Tenaha Tigers will be on the defense here to start off and see if they can hold the Rams down here to start and put some points on the board here for the second half. Talking with the coaches, seeming optimistic, had a good halftime, so we'll see if they can put some things together here and get ready for the second half. Do some, this one may not be going their way right now, but, take some momentum going into the next game. Work on some things here, work on it, and, hey, take little pieces at a time. And who knows, may chip away here at the Rams. Coming in here now, ready for the kick. And we're good to go. We're ready for the second half. And the ticker going up across the top there. Did see a couple of things, and haven't seen. I was trying to see there about the Shelbyville score, but haven't seen that one yet as they were taking on Wascom. So we'll get a couple different things going on. I did see Carlisle was up 21-8. Wascom up 14-13 over Shelbyville. That's okay. That's the last time. That's at halftime. Here comes the kick, and it'll be taken there at the 40-yard line. And a nice job there by Runnels. He's going to find some room, take it back to the Joaquin side. Oh, no, great job tripping him up there by number 16. That was Giles. Takes him down, but Runnels going to get the Rams started at the 48-yard line. So first down and 10 here for the Joaquin Rams from the Tenaha 48-yard line is where they're going to start off. So the Rams come to the line here. Lot to look. And got a runner on. That's going to be Gatlin. Take it over to the right side. He's going to go down to the Joaquin sideline. He's going to go past the defenders, and he'll be tackled there at about the 10-yard line. And we have first down and goal here for the Rams. All the way down inside the 10 here by Gatlin on a big run for the Rams. And a big play to start off down to about the 8 or 9-yard line, looks like. First thing on and go down to the 8-yard line. That is a Raymond Motor Company first down. And taking it all the way down to Sandy Cox State Farm red zone. Yeah, Reynolds comes out to a big run there by Gatlin. Take it around the right side, finding some room there. Breaking a couple of tackles and down the sideline for a first down and goal Rams. Joaquin bringing him to the line. Reynolds brings him up. Handing out to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick over to the right side up the 3-hole or the 2-hole, and it is in for the touchdown. Did he make it in? And he is in for the 9-yard touchdown run there for Kilpatrick. So Kilpatrick takes it in for the touchdown for the Rams. And it's a run for the TD. Kilpatrick getting another touchdown here tonight. And that will now make it a 38-0 lead here. They say he get out of bounds. Okay, no touchdown. Okay. Didn't put the points on the board. Here's what I'm kind of wondering, but here we go. Reynolds going to hand off. Is that Bragg? Nope, number 7. That is going to be Zachary Keeley. He'll take it in there for the 2-point conversion, and it is good. And that will make it a 40-0 ball game here. After the 2-point conversion and the score there by Kilpatrick. Thought he got in there. That's the second time and I didn't really see the signal there, but it is a touchdown. And a 2-point conversion is good here for Kilpatrick and the Joaquin Rams. So that will I'm going to roll that clock out there. Okay, so I'll keep it rolling here now that we get down to about 40-0 as the score. We'll keep it right here for just 1 second, folks, as we get ready to go here for the that was Kilpatrick. And the 2-point conversion is good. So as we get ready to go for the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff, that is coming up here. Is another big score there, and just a 3-play drive for the Joaquin Rams. Takes it in on the 8-yard run by Kilpatrick for the touchdown, and Joaquin now up by a score of 40-0. Shelby Savings Bank kickoff coming up here. Let's leave that clock rolling, So from the 40-yard line, Tenaha will get it. Back deep. Miles and Malone for the Tigers. And, that last big run there by Gatlin before the touchdown, we could hear the Tenaha coaches over here. They only had 10 guys on defense over there. So that's something that the Tigers definitely want to make sure they don't have an issue with that going forward. So it's a fair catch call for there at the 30-yard line. So the Tigers will start off at first down and 10 on their own 30-yard line. So first down and 10 at the 30-yard line here for the Tenaha Tigers. Creech going to bring his offense right back out here. Coming up next week for the Tenaha Tigers after this one. See who they have on the schedule here. They got Linden Kildare, I do believe. Yeah, that's a Thursday game coming up next Thursday. Linden Kildare in Linden Kildare. That's next for these Tenaha Tigers. And Grand Saline at home for the Joaquin Rams coming up next for them. All right, so here we go as Creeks brings them to the line. Going to hand off, bringing it here to the near side, and trying to turn the corner. And that is Giles. Picking up a few blockers, taking it up close to the 35-yard line. Say at the 34 for a gain of 4 for Giles on the run for the Tigers. Second down and 6. Excuse me, folks. Second down and 6. I'm having to stand up here because all this good food that we've had here in Tenaha tonight. Appreciate it for all that good stuff. And so here we go as Creek's got a second down and 6 here for the Tigers, getting down close to 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Big lead for the Rams here on Thursday evening on your Piney Woods area game of the week. Creech right back to the line. And Giles in the backfield. Going to hand off to him. Oh, what a nice job there. The ball's out and on the ground. First fumble of the night. It's a fumble. And the Rams jump on top of it. Zachary Kelly, number 7, right there to recover the fumble. And the first turnover of the night here by the Tigers. And it gets up into the hands here of the Rams at the 35-yard line. Definitely not something that the Tigers wanted right there. Didn't want to give that up. They were trying to put something together, and that was a couple times here tonight. Seeing the Tigers really putting something together, and then something would just go the wrong way there, and that's the turnover they definitely didn't need. Is they were just trying to put together a good drive, put some points on the board. So they give it Joaquin good starting field position again with that big offensive line coming up here in front of Runnels. Runnels going to look to pass. Got a man out there, and he's going to be caught at about the 25-yard line on the pass play. Is that Rios out there? So Rios onto the pass play, catches it out there, and it's a second down and 1 all the way down to the 26-yard line. So that brings up a second down and 1 here for the Rams. And taking their time, getting to the line here. Reynolds brings them up, hands off, bring it here to the near side. And there's Kelly once again. Working his way down inside in the middle of the field. He'll take it down close to the 10-yard line, and another Raymond Motor Company pushed down into the Sandy Cox State Farm red zone. Go the Joaquin Rams down at the 11-yard line. Good run there by Kelly. Number 7, Zachary Kelly. That's what I got. So keeping that clock rolling here. Continual clock the rest of the way out here, folks, as the Rams taking their time here. Actually got 30 seconds on that play clock here before they ever have to get the play going. So Reynolds just now leaving the sideline there, talking to Coach Jones. And he got the play they like. Now coming into the huddle. At the 11-yard line. Reynolds going to look to pass. Going to be flushed out of pocket. Good job here by the Tigers. A good defense by the Tigers. They get him on a big sack all the way back to about the 20-yard line. That's a big loss of 9 there Miles Runnels couldn't get away from the defense. A good job by the defense to not let him get away. Runnels is elusive. I've seen him get away many times, but they did a good job collapsing on both sides, not letting him get away all the way back to the 20-yard line. Makes it a third down and about 17 here. Maybe 19, maybe 17, 18. Third down and long for the Rams. Here's Runnels. Going to hand off. This time it's Kelly once again, weaving his way back into the middle of the field. But the Tigers right there to grab him. He'll pick up that lost yardage, get back to a third down and 10 at the 11. So good run there by Kelly. Like I said, all kinds of time here for the Rams. They can take as much time as they want here. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Runnels brings them up. Hand out to Kelly once again. He goes around the far side. And be pushed out of bounds there close to that first down marker. All righty, so here we go. As it'll be a second down. Make that a fourth down, sorry. Fourth down and about, looks like maybe 4, maybe 5. Get a first down there just outside the goal line maybe. Around the 1-yard line. See what they try to do here. So 4th and 4 is what they're going to call it here. Here we're going to go get it a field goal attempt. And it is up, and it is good. And a good field goal attempt there by the Rams. So the field goal makes it now a 43-0 ball game as the field goal is good here for the Rams. We'll be right back here on the NETSN.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
Joaquin Tire in Joaquin, Texas. Family owned and operated with new and used tires, general mechanics, and road services. Jesse and his team is proud to serve the community with car, truck, and commercial mag vehicle tires. They're located in Joaquin at the 84 and Highway 7 split. Call the shop today to make an appointment at 936-269-9516. That's 936-269-9516. Joaquin Tire is a proud sponsor of Game of the Week. Stop in and see them today for all of your new and used tire needs.
All righty, folks, we're back here as the clock continuing to roll here. Going to get a kickoff coming up here for the Rams. And like I said, folks, I hope I'm getting everybody. I got Zachary Kelly, number 7 here. I think that's the right number there for the young man. He's been doing some good running here for the Rams. If I got that wrong, I apologize. All right, so here we go. Let's going off the roster. Here's the kick, and the kick by Rogers. Going to be taken here as it's fumbled behind by the Tigers, but they pick it up. And it's going to be backed up all the way to the 24-yard line. That's where the Tigers will start at their own 24 with about a minute to go here on the third quarter clock as Creech and the offense for the Tigers come on out. Going to get to the end of this third quarter coming up here shortly. 43-0 lead here for the Rams tonight. All right, there we go. All righty, so as the clock continuing to roll down here, and they haven't started the play clock. I don't know, Coach Birdsong may let them go, but they could get one play off here to start the third quarter, or at the end of the third quarter before the start of the fourth. Coming out here into the backfield is going to be Miles, Corey Miles back there. As Creech comes out as the quarterback. Going to get one play off here before the end of the third quarter. So as Creech Goes under center, and bring the man in motion from the left to the right side. Going to hand out to Giles. Giles gets pushed back into the backfield, and what a great play. The ball on the ground once again as Giles loses it, and the ball on the ground once again, but it looks like it was on the ground, so they're going to say it stays with Tenaha, but it's a loss back to the 20, so it's a loss of 4 on the play. So that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter. It is on the way as the Joaquin Rams up big here this evening in Tenaha here on NETSN.
Joaquin Ram fans know that K's Hardware is the Joaquin supply store. You can search high or low, but eventually you will see the signs. K's Hardware is the key to finding what you need for your job. Located at the 42 where Highway 84 divides itself, it's K's Hardware back at the Rams.
Raymond Motor Company, just off the square in downtown center, where you'll find the friendliest of sales folks. Whether you're looking for a new SUV for the family or a brand new truck, Raymond Motors has a great service department and a huge selection of used vehicles. Raymond Motor Company, just off the square in downtown center. Alrighty, folks, we're back here getting ready for the fourth quarter as we switch ends, and it is just about ready to start off here as a big lead here for the Rams. And right now it is a second down and about 15 here for the Tenaha Tigers as they get ready to go for the fourth quarter. They'll come to the line here, see if they can get a good sustained drive and put some points on the board. They had a good opportunity there the last drive, but just a couple of drives they start looking really good, then something happens. They fumbled, and they just can't complete. Oh, there's a big run. Here's Giles. He's going to break through and see if Giles can get down the sideline. Giles with a big run here for the Tigers. He's going to break that one tackle, and it is touchdown for Giles and the Tigers as Giles takes a handoff all the way back at the 24-yard line for a 76-yard run for Giles to get, at the 20-yard line. So that's an 80-yard run for Giles for the touchdown. And the Tigers, what a run. They needed that one. That'll give them a little bit of momentum there, give you a little hope in there, get that goose egg off the board. But a good job there by Giles, breaking some tackles, a good job blocking down the field. Giles had one guy to beat, broke that tackle, and down the sideline he went. Great run by Giles and the Tigers to make it 43-6. So get that 0 off the board there for the Tigers. As an old football player, that's just a good moral victory. You've been beat before, but you get that 0 off of there, and that just that makes you feel a little better, especially with a big run like that. That was a great run there for Giles, and that was a big thing there for the Tigers. Got a timeout here on the field. So we'll take a quick timeout with them. We'll be right back here, folks. Thanks for joining us wherever you are here on NETSN.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here. We're going to get to the two-point conversion on the way. What do we got? Shelbyville. Oh, they're trailing Wascom 21-13. All right, here comes the two-point conversion now for the Tigers. Going to be a Wildcat here going around to the far side. Taking it in under center is number 7. That is Malone. He's going to take it around the edge, and the two-point conversion is good. So the Tigers get the two-point conversion. Now we can make it a 43-8 ball game. On a nice run there, 80-yard run there by Giles. Two-point conversion is good. 43-8 now the score. And the Tigers get onto the board. The Shelby Savings Bank kickoff is coming up here, folks. So we're just going to leave it right here for right now. Talk about some of the great things we got going on here at NETSN. Find out all about some good stuff here. Like I said, I've been wanting to get over here to Tenaha to call a game for a little while, and a good game here going on this evening. Get to see the Tigers, get to see Coach Lewis and the guys here. Talk about some of the things that are coming up that we'll be doing with the Tenaha squad team, Tenaha folks over here for the Holiday Hoops Tournament. We got that on the way, and just looking forward to all kinds of great things. And other basketball games coming up as well at the SEC, and they got the Tiger Cafe that is right on right there. So, yeah, that's what I like. I need to get you over here to the Tiger Cafe, Joe. You'll love it. All right, so we're getting ready to go here for the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. And the Tenaha Tigers behind a 80-yard run there by Giles and a two-point conversion by Malone to make it a 43-8 ball game. Here we go. And the kickoff, ready to go. Sandoval. High kick over to the far side. Going to try to get the, that was awful close there, but a good catch there and a good way to wrangle up and hang on to it because he got stuck over there. Whoever made that catch there for the Rams, woo. He got there the same time the ball did. That might have been Gatlin over there, the good hands team over there. Gatlin catches that one. He gets hit right as the ball got there, but a way to hang on there for Gatlin. And the Rams will start off here. Got 8:40 on the clock. They'll have it. First down and 10 at their own 45-yard line. So first down and 10 here for the Rams. Reynolds brings him to the line. We're going to get a penalty flag here before that ever gets underway. Offsides against the Rams. Take it back to a first down and 15. Christian Vega comes into the ball game here for Giles. On the Tenaha side. First down and 15 after the penalty here by the Rams. Ball's on the ground, but Reynolds picks it up here, runs behind his big center, takes it up, gets that 5 yards back up to about the 45-yard line. Just didn't get a good exchange right there between the quarterback and the center. Most important part of the game. Got to get that exchange down. They got 4 yards out of it. Second down and 11 for the Rams. All right, folks, don't forget tomorrow night we'll be down in West Sabine for the Pine Cone Bowl. Kicking everything off with our Coach Bragg interview. Had a great time down there with Coach Bragg and a couple of the West Sabine Tigers. I have all that good stuff for you tomorrow night during the Pine Cone Bowl. Reynolds hands off. Kilpatrick pushing his way up ahead. There you go, big man. Get that forearm out there and use that stiff arm. Take it up ahead, third down, and now about 3. As the ball comes out, and Gatlin tried to run with it, but the play is dead, making it a third down and 3 after the run by Kilpatrick. Get it into Tenaha territory there at the 48. I like to see the big man run the ball. Put the hand out there and just go. Bowling ball running. That's what I'm talking about, just straight downhill. That's what you hear. All right, so we get another timeout here. Looks like they're going to stop the clock here for a timeout. So we do have a timeout here on the field. So we'll take a quick timeout, and we will be right back here on the NETSN.
Tenaha, Texas. To look at it, it hasn't changed much since the days of Tex Ritter. The pace is slow, just the way we like it. But we're proud of our young people, the games they play and the music they make. 100 years of dreams and the determination to make them come true. But we all need help every now and then, and that's where First National Bank of Tenaha comes in. Financing your dreams for generations. Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Back here, folks, about ready to go here as they get that clock just about say ready to go here as they do start it. And we got the Rams with the ball here. It's going to be up the field and breaking free. Coming up the field for the Rams, that's going to be number 6. That is Wilson taking it out, and he'll break through in the middle and take it in for the score for the Rams. I thought he was wrangled up right there in the middle, and then all of a sudden he breaks free and comes out, and Wilson takes it down the field for where were they at there? For about a 42-yard field goal? A 48-yard run, sorry, not a field goal, 48-yard run there by Wilson for the score to now make it 49-8 and a 2-point conversion on the way. I really did. I thought they had him wrangled up right there in the middle, but he breaks free. Way to keep those legs chugging. So the 2-point conversion now on the way as the swinging gate play here for Coach Jones and the Rams. Sometimes the swinging gate will work, but they'll come out of the swinging gate here and go in for the kick. Kick on the way, and it is good. So the extra point is good here for the Rams as they get to the kick. It makes it a solid half 100 on the scoreboard here for the Rams. So we got the Shelby Davis Bank kickoff. It is coming up as a nice big run there of 48 yards by Wilson. Puts another score on the board here for the Joaquin Rams. We'll be right back here on a NETSN.
Fried steak sandwich. This particular chicken fried steak sandwich can only be found at Diamond League Cafe in Center, Texas. And it pairs very well with seasoned fries and sweet tea. And if you're lucky, there'll be some of that Nana's banana pudding to go along with it. Get by Diamond League Cafe in Center and see the wonderful folks and all the wonderful menu items for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Alrighty, folks, back here ready to go for the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. And a big thank you to K Bush 95.1, where you'll find live broadcast of local Piney Woods sports as well as Center Rough Rider football. We had some coaches shows on there on the first part of the weeks. Mondays and Tuesdays, you find coaches shows and you find some football on there. That's at 95.1 K Bush, the Burning Bush in Center. Here's the kick by Rogers. He'll send it over to the far side there. And it's going to be picked up and bring it back here. Looks like Giles going to have it again. And Giles is going to be on his horse on a nice – somebody got run over there. But Giles with a great run takes it all the way back into Joaquin's side of the field, all the way down about the 40-yard line. Great run back here by Giles. So I tell you what, Giles getting warmed up here, and he has put up – let's see, that was a good 50-yard run into the 80. That's 130 yards on 2 runs there by Giles. He's he might need some oxygen. First down and 10 here. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 45-yard line for the Tigers. Giles with a good run back. Getting under 3 to go here. See if the Tigers can put up another score here before the end of this one. As we'll have a short Aurora Concepts post-game show here from Tenaha tonight. Get you ready for the big Pinecone Bowl in West Sabine tomorrow evening here. Joe and I will be down there on top of the big box in Pineland. Ready to bring you that ball game. I want to say a big thank you to Bossy the Tiger for the picture before the ball game. I always like to take pictures with the mascots. So here we go. Creech handing off Giles. Back over here to the near side. Now cuts it back inside. He's got some room. He's at the 40 if they're going to run him down, but he's still going to have to cut off the field. Now cuts it back inside on the Rams right there on it. Oh, nice job by the Rams. They weren't going to let him go this time. I thought he was definitely going to get away. If he'd have kept going to the sideline, he might have got close to the 10, could have cut back. But he, Giles with some good running out there, and he'll give down for another Raymond Motor Company first down right outside the 20-yard line, and a good 25-yard run there by Giles. So Raymond Motor Company first down, and we're going to say that is the Sandy Cox State Farm Red Zone is where they are. for the Tigers. They put in another score here for the final minute 30 or so. The clock's actually pretty close, about 2 seconds off. All right, so here we go. Creeks under center. Looked like that was an offsides. Here we're going to let him play. Oh, that's definitely a penalty there. Incomplete pass. Oh, saw some defensive holding out there, but no call on the play, but that's an incomplete pass. Trying to get it out there to Malone. It falls just short, but it looked like he got held out there too. All right, getting down to about a minute to go. 3rd down and 10 here for the Tigers. Another snap here. Hand off Giles. Going to take it right up the gut. Finding some room there. Inside the 10. Down to this should be enough for a first down and goal at the 9 for a good 11-yard run. First and goal for the Tigers at the 9-yard line. But that clock is now their enemy as they're continuing to run. Getting close to 30 seconds to go. Yeah. So here's another run right up the gut here for the Tigers. Ball comes out, and it is taken away, trying to come back the other way, but they're going to say the ball was onto the ground. Woo. But that's not going to be enough time here for the Tigers to get back up there, and that's going to be the ball game, as it will be a 50-8 win here for the Joaquin Rams over the Tenaha Tigers here tonight on the NETSN. All right, folks, that's going to do it here for the ball game. We're going to go take a break here and come back with our Aurora Concepts post-game show to wrap this one up as as Joaquin wins it over Tenaha 50-8 here tonight on NETSN.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
Plates of Grace Country Kitchen, just outside of Center on your way to Shelbyville. Now, whether you stop by and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you're definitely going to find something on the menu you like. Now, your table's waiting right here next to this wonderful family, or find yourself a seat in the sports room. It's Plates of Grace Country Kitchen, just outside of Center on your way to Shelbyville. Stop in and say hi, have yourself a great meal.
Alrighty, folks, back here to wrap this up on the Aurora Concepts post-game show as the Tenaha Tigers drop this one tonight to the Joaquin Rams by a score of 50-8 here this evening on NETSN. Thanks for joining us wherever you are here tonight. And just a quick running there for the second half as the Joaquin Rams led it 40-0 at the end of the first half, but a big run there, an 80-yard run, and capping it off there was the touchdown scoring there for the Tenaha Tigers. And that was a good run there. They had some good drives there in the first half. They tried to put together a couple things that they kept running into themselves really a couple of times there, did the Tigers. So see if they can get that figured out. They've got Linden Kildare next Thursday, and see if they can get all that worked out there. Here's they lose this one tonight 50-8, but a great game here for the Joaquin Rams, looking really, really good going into week number 4. They'll be 2-1 as they head on. I think it's I can't remember. I had it right there on the tip of my tongue who they're playing next week, but it's right at the top of my tongue there. But they Grand Saline, sorry. That's who they got. So that's who they will be playing next week for the Joaquin Rams before they get ready for district play after that. So looking real good going in there, but a great game by the Rams. They did really good in the running game. A couple passes here by Runnels and big man, number 53, Kilpatrick. I think I'm going to make him my player of the game because, anytime the big man runs the rock and he's got his hand out there knocking people over, I love that. So Kilpatrick, you are my player of the game here for the Joaquin Rams. For the Tenaha Tigers, my player of the game, I'm going to give that to Corey Miles. Miles. He played himself one heck of a game out there. He's all over the place out there tonight was Corey Miles. So a great game there by Corey. You are my player of the game for the Tenaha Tigers here tonight. All right, for Joe Elmer and myself and the good folks at 95.1 The Burning Bush, we're going to wrap it up here from Tenaha. We'll see you tomorrow night in West Sabine for the Pine Cone Bowl right here on NETSN. Have a wonderful night, everybody. And remember, if hate can go viral, so can love. We're out, folks. Bye.